house had a $30,000 lien on it. Huh? A $30,000 lien. Welcome back to All Things Mesia. My name is Mesia, and in this video it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be bringing a segment to my channel. It's going to be titled Talks with Mesia Mondays. So when I do these type of videos, it will be posted on a Monday, but this is the first episode of this segment that I'm bringing to my channel, and it's going to be my home buying process, first time home buyers experience. And as you can see, I have my shirt on, closing deals and high heels. This is the shirt I wore the day I closed on my home back in 2020. So if that's something that you're interested in listening to, keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to make this so super long, but for me with my home buying process, it started, like I said, I wanted to purchase. It was just something I was saying, oh, I want to purchase a home when I turn 30, right? That was my thing. Oh, when I turned 30. But when I turned 30, I had a 6-month-old, so God had other plans. But when I really started wanting to purchase my buy a home was 2019. So in 2019, because once you have other people that went through the process and they kind of tell you, and then you kind of know what it's like, because it's not like going to get an apartment, you go fill out an application, they run your credit, bam, here's the key, you move in. No. When you are purchasing a home, they get in your business, all up in your business, right? So anyway, so 2019, I said I wanted to, start the process of purchasing a home. And I thought about it for a while. In May of 2019 is when I started my journey. I moved out of my apartment. And since I work from home, I could have moved my job to my parents' house. So I went and lived with my parents for about 10 months. And during that process, I didn't start the actual process until January of 2020. I remember one day just sitting at home and just, because I used to look at Redfin like all of 2019. I used to look at Redfin. And then I finally decided to pull the trigger as far as going to see what your loan amount would be, right? Because if you don't have a pre-approval, you have nothing. Like, all you're doing is just looking at homes just to look at them. If you don't have a pre-approval, you cannot really know what you can afford. So January 2019, I was sitting there one day, I saw a home came on the market, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go do it. Called, my realtor, and then she gave me the number. No, I think I just told her, or she gave me the number or something, and I called the mortgage broker. I gave her my information, and shortly but before the end of the day, she called me back or email or something like that and gave me my pre-approval. So when I saw my pre-approval, I was like, oh, okay. So once you get your pre-approval, then that's when you really can start looking at the homes and what's out there, because you could be looking at a $300,000 home and your pre-approval is only for $200,000. That's what the bank is going to give you according to your finances. So once you have that, that's when you really can start the process. So anyway, got that, saw some homes in my budget, called my realtor, blah, 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 got me looking at some homes. And it was one home, like, I was just, the first home I actually looked at, it was just kind of getting my feet wet, because I already knew they had an offer on that home and they probably was going to take the offer, but I just wanted to, look into it, just see what it's like to go and look at homes instead of just looking on the internet. So did that. Home was nice, but kind of had a feeling that it wasn't going to be mine. So I wanted all these things, found a home that had all these things in it. My realtor went and looked at the home because we wanted to hurry up. That was my first time actually doing that, but we did that, and then put an offer in on it. So put an offer in, and my offer got approved or accepted. And if you've ever been through that home buying process, and when you're looking at a home and you want a home and you put in that offer and your offer get accepted, it's a feeling I can't describe. It's almost like you won the lottery. Like, it's like you start a home, you love it, you put in your offer, to accept it, like, let's get the ball rolling. So this particular home, you know, set my offer, we kept going with the process, all the other paperwork behind the scene, going. And this was sometime in February of 2020. My realtor called me, and I could tell something was wrong. And she said, the house had a $30,000 lien on it. Huh? A $30,000 lien? How? You know, I'm not paying that, you know, so that kind of was a flop. Because I was so excited about that home. I told people, you know, oh, the process and all that stuff. But my second time go around, I didn't say anything. And the particular home that I'm in now, it's so funny because that home, like I said, I wanted to move since 2019. So I used to look at the market since 2019 before I even started my process. I used to just look and see what was out there. And the particular home that I have, I seen this home on Redfin a few times. It will go and come. And that was before I was actually in the process. Like I said, I didn't really start my process until January 2020. So yeah, I was looking before, but like to really get the ball rolling, it didn't happen until January 2020. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like January 4th to be exact, because I think it was like on a Tuesday. It was like the first week of January. I think it was on a Tuesday or something. But anyway, so this particular home, I've seen it a few times. And at the time, I had a friend that lived in this neighborhood. And when I used to come visit her, I used to always say to myself, like, if I purchase a home, I wouldn't mind my home being in this neighborhood or whatever. So like when I saw this one, it was in a neighborhood I wanted to live in. Saw the home, look at it, but like I said, I wasn't there yet. So when I did start and I had that issue happen with that first home that I was set for, this home ended up coming back on the market. I think I saw it like in October or November-ish, and then it left, and then like it came back. And I saw the home, I called, because I think I called my realtor, or like she was about to call me too or something, because we both saw it came back on the market like at the same time or something like that. And so I was, do you want to put an offer in? Yes. You know, I want to put an offer in. And or do I want to look at it? It was something like that. I can't remember. It was so long ago. I'm coming up on 3 years next month. So we put in the offer with this home, and I think they didn't accept my offer at first, right? So then, hey, okay, whatever. So we kept going, and then they spin the block on your girl. So that's when I knew this house was for me. So they came back around and asked, was I still interested? Yes, I'm interested. So they, you know, accepted my offer, and then I came and looked at the home because I saw pictures. So the house was empty. It was empty for months. So, you know, it was just about getting inspection and all that stuff. But then that's when I came and looked at the home for myself and fell in love. And so, you know, we went on with the process and everything was good. But one thing that was kind of almost being my issue was student loans. Student loans was really trying to get me. And I remember the day with my broker, and I told her, I was like, is this going to be it? Is this going to be the reason why I can't get my home, because how they calculate in student loans? Because I think with student, because I don't know different now because of COVID. So I don't know if things have changed. But I think back then they were doing like the 1%. And even though if I was on a payment plan, they were still calculating my loan as if I was paying that full amount, which I wasn't. But we did whatever, however she had to work her magic, she did. Because she told me, she said, I'm going to get you in a home. And when I tell you, her saying that, and not even her saying that, but me actually seeing that she stood by her word. When she said she was going to get me in a home, she did. And I was so grateful and thankful for her. Like, I call her every year. Every year of my year, I call her. Every year past. So I'm looking forward to calling her on March 25th. And so, yeah, so that was my process. The only thing I can say I regret is I wish I saved up more money, because it's, some people, you know, it's like, oh, I want to purchase a home. I want to purchase a home, right? But it comes with a lot of purchasing a home, especially like things that could happen, because my home wasn't a new build. And even sometimes with new builds, you can run into issues sometimes. But, you know, anything can break. And when it break, it costs a lot, you know. And I'm going to do another segment on that, as far as all that stuff that comes behind it. Oh, but one thing I do want to say on this episode is, because I know for me, where I live, and I closed around COVID, because like I said, I closed March 2020. I closed March 25th, actually. The world kind of got shut down, March 16th? And they thought it would be able to open back up, but it didn't. And so, like, when I closed, like, my lenders and all that stuff, they were working from home. And these were some people first time work from home. So they had to get, you know, equipped with that. They had to get familiar with working from home and doing their job and stuff. But like I said, I closed during COVID, and the beginning of COVID. So a lot of things were shutting down, and I do not remember for the life of me them telling me that I had to make sure that I go down and change my address, like change everything as far as me being the primary owner of this home. Because my first year in this home, I got my escrow analysis and my mortgage went up substantially. And I was like, Lord, I know you didn't bring me this far for this. And he didn't. He actually didn't. I just had to do my part to be able to go back to where I was. But I did not change my stuff to being a primary resident of my home. So my home was still listed as being a residential property. And when you do that, your taxes is almost double. So that is one tip I can't, like, if that is going on in your state, make sure when you close on your home, you go to the DMV, everywhere, and you change your address to your home address. Because I always said, because my address, even when I lived in Charlotte before, I lived here in Columbia for years, and I never changed my address. My address is always my parents' address on my license. No matter what address I had in my apartment, I always kept my parents' address. And I said, once I purchase a home, I will change my address. But like I said, I wasn't even thinking. I was just so excited and happy that I didn't even think about it. And then again, like I said, I closed during COVID. But make sure that is something that is in your state. Make sure as soon as you close on your home, maybe the same week or the next week, you go down and you change your address to your home address on all your documents, and make sure that you are the primary resident of your home. But that's kind of my that's the all in all just of my home buying process. I really don't, like I said, my next segment is tell you about some things that have happened since I purchased my home. But that's gonna be another day because I'm already talking so long. But I just wanted to let you guys know, if home buying is your thing, you can do it. Anybody can do it. But one thing I can tell you, it comes with sacrifices. Now, if you have a whole lot of money and money is just at your feet, by all means, throw them the bag. But if not, if you're really trying to get this on your own and do it, you don't have to wait on no man. You don't have to wait until you're married, all that stuff, and you do it on your own. It can be done. I'm telling you, I know a lot of women that have purchased homes on their own without anyone else, and they're doing a great job of keeping up their home and staying in their home. So it can be done. It's going to come with a lot of sacrifices, and you're going to have to miss things. Okay? You are going to have to miss things, and that's okay, because you're working for a bigger goal. And like I said, and let me back up with me. When I lived in my apartment, my daughter always wanted to go to the playground. And I didn't have a problem going to the playground, but of course, when you go to the playground, you're going to incorporate and be in contact with other kids. And I remember one day I was out there and those kids in their mouth, and I'm like, well, you can't sometimes tell kids what to do. And I was just like, at that point, I was just like, I gotta try to purchase a home so my baby can have her own backyard. And I did it. I did it. And she has a shirt as well that says, I think it's Mommy Closed the Deal, so I'm pulling up in my Power Wheel. Like, both of our shirts on the back says Homeowner 2020. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, give you guys my first time home buying process. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. And if you have any topics that you want me to talk about on my Talks with Mesia Mondays, you know, you can let me know that, or you can follow my Instagram and send me something in my DM. But yeah, because like I said, I like to talk. And as you can see, half the time I was talking, I was repeating myself. But yeah, I just wanted to come and give you guys my story on my home buying process. But yeah, that's really, I'm trying to think. I think that's, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, and I'll be 3 years next month. And again, I'm still on the road for 500 subscribers. And once I hit 500 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. And yeah, you know, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching.